Hi everyone, today we're going to be going through how we can compare two lists or two data sets using PowerQuery. So we have a list of data in this file called salesdata-org for August, and we're going to create a new file called salesdata-September and make a few changes and see if PowerQuery can find where the changes have occurred. So randomly, I'm going to copy this bunch of entries and paste them down here, and then change some numbers around, 80, 80, 30, 30. And then also delete a few random entries as well. So let's delete Alexandra and Michael Douglas. Easy name to remember, hopefully. So we'll delete that, and I'm going to save this as the September file. So instead of August, it's going to be SEP September. Good. So that's done. So now let's go into a different workbook and see if you can bring in the differences in those two data sets. So first of all, go into the data tab in the ribbon, and then go into get data, and then from file, then from workbook. Then bring one of them in. Let's pick August. Press import. The PowerQuery interface is going to open in a few moments. So what this is saying is, from that file that you just selected, PowerQuery has detected one set of data. So click the data set that you want. If you had more tabs in here in that file, then you'd see more data sets on this. But we only had one tab in that file, hence you're only seeing one data set. From here, if it looks like the right data, then all we want to do is go down here into load, but we want to load to, and for now we just want a connection only. So you'll see that come up. There you go, that option there, only create connection, and press OK. So this bunch of queries were from me practicing this video. I'll delete them. And I'm going to right click. How do you even get this? So once that comes in, under the data ribbon, click on queries and connections, and you'll get this pane on the right hand side that shows you what queries exist in PowerQuery at the moment. I'm going to rename this to what the file name was, which was -aug. And then we do the same thing again, but to get the September file. So again, get data from file, from workbook, September 1, import. Click on that one data set that it found, load to, and then again connection only, OK. So now that we have both data sets in PowerQuery, we need to go into the editor. So there's two ways of doing this that I know of. Either right click and press edit, or you can just double click on one of these and it should take you to the editor, the PowerQuery editor, that is. So we can see both of our data sets in here, August and sales. We did sales data. We didn't rename this to -September. Let's do that now. So on the right hand side under name, we can do type in -September, and that name has changed. So now we would like to add a column that tells the dataset where it came from, so a source column. The way to do that is in the user interface for PowerQuery, go into the tab called Add Column, then press Custom Column, change the name to Source, and then in here in the formula just put in September. I'll call it September report. Yeah. We've done that for September, and now click the August. So on the left hand side, click the August query, and we want to do the same thing here as well. So again, add column, custom column, call it source, and in here we want to type in parentheses August report, and then press OK. So now we've got a column that tells us where the data set came from. The next step is to go into home, and then we want to merge, now we want to append queries, so that option there, append queries, and then append as new. And we want to append two tables. This drop down tells us what queries are available, so we've only got two in our example. One is August, one is September. So we want to append August to September as so, and then press OK. This only works, by the way, if the column headers are the same for both data sets. So if they're different, then this method doesn't work as it is. So you might have to amend the column headers in the actual files before you do this. So that's called append one now. We'll just leave that as it is. So the next step is we want to carefully select every column except for the last column, which is the source. And the way you do that is you click on the first header and then press shift on your keypad and then go across and then click the second to last. So all the columns except for the source column, like that. So shift from one to the second to last column, and it should highlight in green your selected columns. And again, in the home tab, we want to keep rows, and then under the fourth option, keep duplicates. But in actual fact, we don't want to keep duplicates, we want to keep unique. So there is no keep unique option in the interface, so we'll have to go into the M code here under this step. So that little drop down arrow in this corner, press that, and it doesn't matter what all of that is saying really. The key thing here is we want to convert this more than 1 into equals 1. So this will convert like keep duplicates into keep uniques, because the count equals 1. So turn that into equals 1. There should be only one area where it says that, and press enter, and bang, we've got our unique. So what this is doing is getting both data sets, piling them on top of each other, and then deleting the duplicates, so only the unique ones are left. And then from here we can go into close and load 2. We want to keep it as a table. We don't want a new worksheet. I just want to show you in this screen here. So existing worksheet, cell can be B7, and OK. And there we have it. So Michael Douglas is in there, and the reason he's in there is we changed his original value in August for units to from 32 to 30, you might remember. We added 2 more columns as well to September. And while we've got this running, we might as well demonstrate that, you know, this is dynamic. It works with every refresh. So I'm going to go back into the data files and then the September file. And let's amend something else as well and see if it pops up in here. So I'm going to delete one of these. Who should we delete? Timothy's. Okay, let's delete that one. So this is Stephen and he sold 3 units. Delete that. And then save and close. And let's see if that entry pops up in here, as in it was reported in August, but it's no longer reported in September. I'm going to go into data and then under here, refresh all. And there you go. Steve and Desk. They're in the August report, but they're not in the September report. So yeah, I hope that was helpful, and it gives a nice introduction to what PowerQuery can do. That's always the stumbling block into learning is, you know, this could have been done via index, VLOOKUPs, you know, if errors, that kind of thing. But step outside your comfort zone and try to tinker with PowerQuery if you can. And in time, you'll learn that it definitely has its uses, and it can make your reporting more automated and more accurate, taking out, you know, the multiple steps that you might have had to do if you wanted to do this with formulas. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and yeah, till next time, goodbye.